And when I wake up, I recognize you looking at me for the pay cut. Bahamas, I be looking at you from the face down. One Mac 11, you can boom with the bass down. Skimming, and let me tell you about my life. Painkillers only put me in the twilight. With pretty pussy and Benjamin is the highlight. I tell my mama I love her, but this what I like. Lord knows, 20 of them in my Chevy. Tell them all to come and get me, reaping everything I stole. So my karma come in heaven, no preliminary hearings on my record. I'm a motherfucking gangster, silence for the record. Tell the world I know it's too late. Boys and girls, I think I've gone great. Trying to side my vices all day. Won't you please believe when I say, when you know we've been hurt, been down before. Nigga, when our pride was low, looking at the world like, where do we go? Nigga, and we hate poor. Wanna kill us dead in the street for sure. Nigga, I'm at the preacher's door. My knees getting weak and my gun might blow, but we gon' be alright.
Nigga, we gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. Huh? We gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright.
What you want? You a house, you a car, 40 acres and a mule, a piano with guitar, anything. See, my name is Lucy, I'm your dog. Motherfucker, you can live in the mall. I can see the evil, I can tell it. I know it's illegal. I don't think about it. I deposit every other zero. Thinking of my partner, put the candy, putting on the Rico, digging in my pocket, and a profit big enough to feed you every day. My logic, get another dollar just to keep you in the presence of the Chico. I don't talk about it, be about it. Every day I see you. If I got it, then you know you got it. Heaven, I can reach you. Pet dog, my dog, that's all. Big back and chat, I trust the back for y'all. I rap, I'm black on track, so rest assured. My rights, my wrongs, I'm right till I'm right with God. When you know we've been hurt, been down before. Nigga, when our pride was low, looking at the world like, where do we go? Nigga, and we hate poor. Wanna kill us dead in the street for sure. Nigga, I'm at the preacher's door. My knees getting weak and my gun might blow, but we gon' be alright.
Nigga, we gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. Huh? We gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright.
I keep my head up high. I cross my heart. In the time, love me is my need. Too afraid of my changes. I'm alright in your favor. Dark nights in my prayers.
Cousins, what's up? How's everybody doing today or tonight? Please do me a favor and smash that like button on the way in. I would appreciate that so much. Nubia, hello, money. Y'all gotta stop starting these lives at my bedtime. Yes, I'm gonna be tired at work tomorrow again. Sorry, cousin. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I keep having these live streams so late at night. I used to have them at like 7 o'clock, a reasonable time, but I don't know. I'm gonna get better at that though. I'm gonna try to start doing them like around 7 o'clock. So I'm not gonna keep y'all long though, because I just wanted to come on here and discuss this little clip with y'all for a second, maybe 30, 40 minutes at the most. Hour at the most, but I'm gonna try not to stay long. Because I know I gotta get up in the morning and stuff like that. But please do me a favor and smash the like button on your way in. Share this video. If this is your first time here, what's up? My name is MONIE. Subscribe to the channel to become a part of the family. I would love to have you as one of the cousins. But yeah. Let's see who all in the building. Roll call. Shout out to the mods holding down the chats. Appreciate you. Hey, Kwani. What's up? Unapologetic in the building. Smash that like button as you enter. Miss Nola in the building. What's going on? Appreciate you listening in while at work. Hey Demi, what's going on? Smooth in the building. Effin in the building. What's up? Sarah in the building. What did that say? Nigel? Jacob? What's up, cousin? I hope that's what it says. There's so many I's, J's, L's. It looked like a little blur. I need to get my glasses on or something. Guani said he getting tired of these cold interviews. I mean, how many more he got left in the arsenal? Because at what is this, like the fourth one now? Fourth or fifth one? I think he interviewed with Nadeska. He interviewed with Kim, Mello, and now Lost in Vegas. So yeah, that's the fourth. This is the fourth interview that he has done. And I low-key feel like all he's done with these interviews is just cause more confusion. I don't think any of these interviews have helped him. I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. How do y'all feel about it? Like, these interviews have done nothing for the benefit of J. Cole. In fact, I feel like this interview has exposed what I've always felt about J. Cole, is that he, quote unquote, he has a persona, and that the way he carries himself, the way he markets himself is a facade. He carries himself the way that he thinks a certain type of rapper should carry themselves. And he literally confirmed that he be capping in his rap songs. He puts on a persona, he puts on a cape. And if you believe it, that's your fault. And I think that's fucked up for him to say that, with how hard his fans go for him. And when you tell them that this nigga is a fraud, they want to argue you up and down. But here you have him admitting that it's all a persona, that he doesn't actually feel like he's the greatest. And I hate the fact that he's using the idea that there's a Black Thought that exists. There's a Lupe Fiasco that exists. And of course, he can't exist without bringing up Kendrick and Drake in comparison to himself. But I just feels like, yes, there are people that exist in whatever field it is that you're in, that you can acknowledge they too are great. But that doesn't mean you diminish yourself. You don't diminish your own pen. If I feel like I'm the greatest of all time, I feel like I'm the greatest of all time, but I could still acknowledge the fact that there's another person that exists that is on a closer or the same level as me. J. Cole is on it like, no, because someday I walk in the studio and I only give 10%. And I know this nigga right here can cook me. Well, what are we doing it for if we're half-assing it? Huh? There's no point in doing it if you're half-assing it. So, and I'm just still bugged out by that one person who was like, oh, this is why we love J. Cole so much, because he's so honest and he's so real. And it's just like, he's honest and he's so real. He's been lying to y'all for the last decade, the last 15 plus. What is honest about a nigga finally admitting that he's been lying to you the whole time? Y'all take this stand shit to the max, to where you can't even admit your favorite artist has been bullshitting you this entire time. You'll still find a loophole. You'll still find a way to give him an out and make an excuse for him. And it just does not make sense. And today, J. Cole has piled on to the long laundry list of what the fuck are you talking about, Cole? He's just added on because today he recently went on, well, not today specifically, it was released today. But J. Cole went on the Lost in Vegas podcast. I believe that's what their name is. I believe they were at first a YouTube reaction channel. And maybe now they're a podcast. I really don't know. They're not really my cup of tea. Um, but they were having a conversation, and the conversation turned into quote unquote the culture. And according to J. Cole, according to the two podcast hosts, the word has been reduced to bots, um, algorithms, and internet noise, and they called it a buzzword now. It is something that is empty. And I just feel like with everything that has transpired over the last 2 years, over the last month or 2 months, because the fall off came out in February, this makes sense for J. Cole because I believe that J. Cole feels like outside of his trunk sale, the culture is no longer on his side. And people who feel like when people aren't on their side, they're now going to go against something, even if they once believed in it. So he's now going against the culture that he so much so wanted to be a part of. So I'm going to play this clip real quick and y'all can listen to it yourself if you haven't already.
But the culture, when people say this word, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just become
a buzzword.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Let me slow it down a little. That's a little too fast. Hopefully they don't copyright me. Let me see. Maybe if I play some background noise. Let me see.
Empty buzzword.
The culture this, the culture that. I'm like, you know the swag and all that, all of the slang, the dances, these are things that we consider culture coming up. Yes. That comes from those dudes.
Yes, it does.
The young, I mean, I want to name names. It comes from a lot of these young guys. You know what I mean? That I think the elitists tend to make fun of. But I'm like, but they're the lit ones.
Yeah.
They're the ones that's creating all of this, whatever that is, right? That the entire world is now being infected. So the swag comes from those guys. So when you say everybody has something to offer, I look at that. I look at what Future brought in the game. I'm like, Future, one of the coolest cats ever. Yeah. He one of the flyest dudes ever. And everybody took something from Future.
Yep.
So I just think this whole culture thing, it comes from this sort of, I don't want to say subset or niche online sort of presence on hip hop, but I just think that word is such a broad and, you know what I mean? It's such a, they've minimalized.
It's an empty word now.
Yeah,
it used to mean something. Now it's just a buzzword that don't mean nothing. And actually what y'all are speaking about is bought and paid by paid campaigns or motherfucking bots or
we gonna have to cut some out.
Yeah, I'm telling you. For sure. Or just the algorithm.
Yes.
Even if it's not paid, it's like, yo, the algorithm is, so it's like the word culture is like, yo, it hurts me to see. But it's like, yo, the second, slang used to mean something. Like, yo, like when we said some shit in our area, like I really feel like in Fayetteville, we was it ain't an ill claim, but we was like the first niggas in the world. Like now it's like talking to we was doing this way back in the days, like, and people thought it was so weird, and now I see people doing it. And it was like, if I'm talking to my homeboy, I don't do this anymore, but we was kids. Like I'm talking to my homeboy, and I'm like, bitch, you boom. It was bitch. Yeah. That was our thing. Like, bitch, you crazy as hell.
J. Cole, calling somebody that you're cool with and just in the middle of a conversation, that's not culture. That's just, you're just using words. Calling people a bitch is not culture. That's just something that you just say, like you almost like reclaiming but not reclaiming, because you're just having a conversation with somebody. I don't know what to call it, but that's not considered culture. So I don't know why he's using that as the identifying factor of what culture is. Like, we've all done said like, bitch, stop playing to your friend or something like that. Like, what are you talking about? And then that's not just in Fayetteville. That's everywhere. I'm in New Jersey. I could be in New Jersey. That's something that I could say to my friend back home in New Jersey, and I'm all the way in Atlanta. That's not just something that's happening in Fayetteville.
Oh, bitch! Now that shit. When I went to college. I had to damn near scrap a few times. Niggas like, whoa. Another thing is,
and that's another. You having to go to St. John's, and you're gonna get into a argument with somebody because they're not sure how you're coming off. That's another example of being culturally aware. Any smart, sane person would know you should not be calling somebody that you're not familiar with a bitch, even if you're not in like some type of heated argument or something like that. That's just something you don't do because that's just common courtesy. You don't know how that person would react.
Like in
Fayetteville
Fayetteville
too. New York is a little
exactly.
Like, hey, what?
Yeah, even in Carolina, in certain cities, niggas like, what the fuck you saying? I'm like, oh, my fault, bro. We from Fayetteville. Like, we just talk like that, boom, boom.
Right.
Or like, what's good, bro? Like, there's certain words that were just.
What's good, bro? You can go anywhere and someone will say, what's good, bro? Or what's up, sis? Like, what are you talking about, J. Cole?
Right? And there's certain words that was just belonging in New York. And it was, and nowadays, it's certain words that like black women make popular, right? Because it just started, it's tea, it's this, it's clock it, it's motherfucker, whatever it is. But my point is like, because of culture, which is really just the internet, now a word don't make it out of black women's lips more than a day or two before it's already and snatched up. The next thing you know, there's a white girl in Oklahoma, like, oh girl, okay, body tea, okay, fake tea. And it's like, and she has all right because the culture is just the internet economy. You know what I mean? So it's like, what the fuck is that culture? Yeah, exactly. It's like culture don't even have a chance to like buzz and formulate before it's like,
you can't even marinate.
You can't even marinate, bro, before it's just automatically passed around. Like, because TikTok is like, yo, and everything's a blessing and a curse. You know what I mean? It's like there's good about it, and
pros, but
I'm telling you,
that was a video I was kind of talking on my channel. You know.
All right, cool. So that's the conversation on J. Cole, and I'm just J. Cole. So first and foremost, the culture is not the internet, J. Cole. You cannot reduce the culture to just being the internet or just being bots and paid campaigns. Like a lot of the things that J. Cole has been saying as of lately, it's all talking points that Drake uses or the people that's around him use, like academics, Maul, the idiot in Canada, streamers. Like, have y'all noticed that, like, even in the conversation, I think we talked about it the other day, even in the conversation when he was saying how he listened to Like That, he initially thought that it was a cool song, it was fire, but then he got a phone call and that person told him to push the button or it's wartime, whatever it is that he said. All of these things that are coming out of his mouth are things that Drake has repeated himself. So it makes me feel like when he's talking about his friends and he's talking about the people around him, it makes me feel like he's talking about Drake because those are the things that Drake and the people that support him or push narratives for him, those are the talking points that they use. And again, it's easy to dismiss the quote unquote culture when you feel like the culture is no longer on your side. He thought that he could probably win people over with the fall off. But then once he realized people aren't feeling this shit, he started to feel some type of way. Even his manager started to feel some type of way because people weren't receptive to the album or people weren't giving him the feedback that he wanted for the album. How do you call yourself a lyricist, but you don't want people to dissect your music? How do you represent the culture, but now because you've been getting pushback and the internet is no longer on your side, Now you want to reduce the culture to being nothing more than just buzzwords and empty words, and saying that the culture is just the internet algorithm, bots, narratives, paid propaganda, or whatever the fuck it is that he said. Culture is a lived experience. Culture is the language that you choose to use, how creative you are, your how you carry yourself, the community that you have amongst you, and what's passed down to you over time. It is your regional identity. Anybody could be able to spot somebody that's from New York or spot somebody else, somebody that's from the South. Like, it is unwritten rules, it is unwritten codes, it is unwritten ethics that you don't even need to write down. But if you know, you know. Culture is Saturday nights at your grandma's house, you and all your cousins, y'all all are asleep on the living room floor. That's a part of a culture. Exactly. What is your name? Amor. Culture is heritage. Internet visibility does not change the fact, does not change anything about culture. It just exposes it faster. So that's why you see people adopting the shit or trying to emulate Black women. Just because you tried to emulate me, and you're a white woman, doesn't make you culture. That makes you a culture vulture. That makes you a biter. That does not make you culture. J. Cole, you should understand that. You should know that. So trying to reduce the culture to just being algorithms and box it's corny. It's corny, and it just plays up into the fact that, J. Cole, you are just upset because people have your mask has slipped. People are calling your bluff right now. They're calling your bluff right now. And instead of shutting up, because again, we can do like Jill Scott and just be silent. But you want to keep going on this tour and talking about an event that you backed out of. Nobody is forcing you to do this. One interview was enough. You're on your 4th interview now. And all of the clips, all of the sound bites have not been on your side, J. Cole. Have not been on your side. And if anybody is on your side, it's your fans making terrible excuses for you. Period. That's it. And where is his manager? They'd hate him because I know they see the terrible feedback on social media, telling people not to dissect his music, telling people that they need to sit with his music for months on end. You got to listen to it in the bathroom. You got to listen to it in the car. You got to listen to it before you go to sleep. You got to listen to it when you wake up before you're able to give an actual review on it. He got nothing but a bunch of yes men around him not telling him the real. Exactly, Nikki. IB is just as slow too. Just as slow. J. Cole is one of those people who does not like people who challenge him. J. Cole wants to be able to tell us that he is the greatest, but when we tell him to prove the fact that he's the greatest, he tucks his tail and he runs away, and then he gets upset that you're challenging him to actually prove himself, and then he comes back and say, oh, I don't give a fuck about the culture no more. The culture is just buzzwords. The culture is just empty. The culture is just bots. The culture is just algorithms of random people on the internet trying to sway opinions and bullshit like that, as if, J. Cole, there aren't people who are not on the internet that exist. Again, you spent years working on that album. But the album definitely lived up to its name. You are falling off. You are falling off in the worst way. The worst way. Like, how can you say this is just what the culture is when you've literally made a living off of it? You've literally made a living off of it. And now, because you're quote unquote retired and you don't want to invest in it anymore, you don't care for it anymore. But mind you, y'all, this is the same person who likes to say, fuck the Grammys while still submitting his work for consideration. Same artist, same person calling out algorithms and our internet as if he didn't send out hoodies. He's not the same person who lines up interviews to people who specifically cater to him and his audience. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong that he would show up on a Lost in Vegas podcast. He would show up on a No Life Shack YouTube channel. He would sit down in front of Nadeska. He would send hoodies to certain Twitter accounts who push narratives for him. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. But don't get on the internet and get in my face and tell me and talk to me about people pushing propaganda or people using bots and shit to sway people's opinion when you participate in that same shit. You sent out dozens of the fall off hoodies to popular social media accounts. Is that not part of the algorithm? Is that not playing the algorithm game? Telling people, oh, I'm going to come sit with you because you have a history of talking positively about me. Is that not a part of playing the algorithm game? It is so funny to me how him and Drake get to participate in things, and then when those things don't go their way, they diss it. They turn around and they diss it. How does that work? Like, the calls are literally coming from inside of the house. You cannot benefit from the machine and then pretend you are above it when it stops working in your favor. You are a hypocrite. You are a hypocrite to the T. Period. That's my issue right there with Drake and J. Cole specifically. So don't get on the internet telling me how we're reducing the culture to just algorithms and bots when it's no longer on your side, and you feel like, oh, it's me against them, or it's Drake against them, because that's a narrative he's also pushing, as if people are specifically attacking Drake for just no reason, and they're paying people to attack Drake. Like, that is so nasty that J. Cole, you have gone on multiple platforms and you have regurgitated this lie. Again, the culture is a lived experience. It is language. It is behavior. It is fashion. It is things that is passed down within community. This shit is not just the algorithm. This shit is not just the internet. But I wouldn't really expect you to really know what culture is if you weren't actually raised into it. A lot of the things that you know, J. Cole, is because you studied it. It's because you flipped on a channel, because you searched on YouTube, because you read it in a book, or you listened to an album from a popular rapper or something. Need I remind y'all, this is the child of a white woman. And you want to tell me about Black culture? Your mother didn't raise you in Black culture. Your white stepfather did not raise you in Black culture. This is things that you learned when you left the nest and you went to St. John's. So that's why you're confused when you show up to St. John's and you say a certain type of word and niggas test your temperature. Because you don't know better. But if you was raised in actual culture, you would know what's a go and what's a no. You would know you can't pull up to a nigga block and think you can get off the same shit that you would do back where you from. You might cause a melee. You might get your ass whooped. But if you was taught better, you would know that. You learn culture because this is something that you studied in your spare time. Period. You want to keep talking about paid campaigns, smear campaigns, bots, algorithms. No, these are buzzwords, not the culture. You going on all these different platforms and saying paid campaigns, smear campaigns, bots, algorithms, those are buzzwords. You are using buzzwords. And you're using it as if it's derogatory, as if it's negative. That's the same thing they did with woke. I literally asked the Discord this the other day. Have y'all noticed how and I said J. Cole specifically. So it's funny that this is actually coming up in an interview. I literally asked the Discord, have y'all noticed that J. Cole has been using culture in a derogatory type of way? Just for this interview to come out a couple days later. I knew I wasn't going crazy. Because I'm like, why is he using this in such a derogatory way? In a negative type of way? Just the same way they hijack woke and trying to turn it into something that it's not. J. Cole isn't the only one who's doing this. Drake has did it. He's mocked the culture, quote unquote. The idiot in Canada, he likes to do it as well. Like, y'all are so obvious with your actions. So obvious with them. But now he's upset because niggas is not going for his bullshit no more. All of a sudden, it's the culture doesn't like me, so I'm gonna push back against it. Like big fucking babies. What is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? The culture is giving me a hard time right now. So instead of being quiet, regrouping, going on your tour. How come J. Cole hasn't talked about this tour yet? Or at least I haven't seen any clips of this man talking about this tour. You got a whole tour coming up and you have not said one word about your tour. Not one word. But you want to talk about the culture and how the culture is just a buzzword now. Y'all notice how Kendrick told them, I'm with the culture feeling. And all of a sudden now nobody don't like the culture. Why y'all don't like the culture all of a sudden? Because Kendrick said he's what the culture's feeling. Now y'all don't like the culture. The way they speak negatively on the culture and in the difference in the way Kendrick speaks on it is literally night and day. You got Drake's mocking it. Then you have J. Cole talking about it's just a buzzword. It's an empty word. It doesn't mean anything. And then here you have Kendrick Lamar at the award shows thanking God, and honoring the culture. Reminding y'all that the culture, that hip hop is always going to be at the forefront. Ain't that funny? Ain't that interesting? That's what they are choosing to attack, because Kendrick is at these award shows and in his songs saying that the culture, he's what the culture is feeling, and that he's propping up the culture. Now y'all glitching and y'all don't want nothing to do with the culture. Now you're using it like it's a slur or it's a derogatory term. Crazy. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. Yes, Kendrick Lamar does critique the culture on The Heart Part 5. Can you list out exactly what it is that he's critiquing and compare it to J. Cole, who's comparing it to, he's saying that it doesn't exist and that it's nothing but algorithms and bots? Those are two different type of critiques. Whereas Kendrick Lamar is holding the culture responsible for the negative aspects of it. Whereas J. Cole is just belittling it. Saying it doesn't exist. It's all fake. It's all paid propaganda in relation to Drake. Drake is the only one who benefits from this paid propaganda narrative. J. Cole doesn't benefit from that. No one's walking around and saying that his music is or isn't being botted. The only person who they are pointing that arrow at is Kendrick Lamar. He literally reduced it to nothing. And he don't get to do that when he didn't live, when he wasn't brought up in culture. You don't get to reduce it. You don't get to say that it's nothing. You don't get to say that it's only a buzzword. That's not how this shit works. Almost like they calling you a nigga with the hard ER. The culture. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. J and H. Cole got caught in the middle. Damn if he do. Damn if he don't. J. Cole got caught in the middle because J. Cole wanted to be caught in the middle. And he's still in the middle because he doesn't know when to shut the fuck up. It is so easy for him to just be silent, but all he does is continue to put his foot in his mouth. He doesn't have to say anything at all. But J. Cole likes being caught in the middle because if J. Cole is caught in the middle, he's still relevant. He said if Kendrick wasn't dissing, nobody would be talking about him. If J. Cole wasn't putting himself next to Drake and Kendrick Lamar, nobody would be talking about him. I have said it since day one. J. Cole has gaslighted y'all into thinking that he's a part of the big three. J. Cole is not a part of the big three. J. Cole's entire discography could be wiped off of the face of the earth and nothing would change. Nothing would move. Hip hop would be without nothing. And that's not to be mean or anything, but it's just the truth. And the more that he talks, the more that he goes on these podcasts, all he is doing is ruining his legacy more and more and more and more. And all he's going to be reduced to is apologizing in this apology tour. Outside of his diehard fans. Because of course they're going to prop him up regardless. But this is what his legacy has turned into, especially if he's on this shit that he's retiring. If he's retiring, you're going out, and we all know you've went out on an apology tour. This is a terrible way to go out. But again, he stays relevant when he's mentioned next to Drake, and next to Kendrick Lamar. Period. And it's unfortunate, but that's the way he wants to live his life. He wants to always be the sloppy second or the third. You allowed Drake to make you a sloppy second with first person shooter. Drake called you because Kendrick wouldn't answer the phone, and you were happy to tag along. Where's your pride at? Why do you keep letting this guy little bro you, and you older than him. You older than him and Kendrick. But you keep letting this little nigga little bro you. You just taking the scraps. You just happy to be there just to be there. That is embarrassing. And then you get on the internet talking about at 41 years old, you're getting peer pressured into doing things that you don't even want to do. How are you a father? How are you a husband? And you're getting peer pressured at 41 years old. That's what you want us to believe. This is crazy. Shout out to Simply J. Thank you for the lives. Appreciate you. I appreciate you more, cousin. Thank you so much. And also, shout out to Wilson as well for the donation. Appreciate you. Caught in the middle when he the one that dropped the first full diss song. Like, nobody told you to do that. Even you yourself say you ain't feel no type of way about like that. But when you got a phone call, somebody told you to push a button. And we all know who's been running around here talking about buttons for the last 2 years. We know it was Drake who called you J. Cole. We know it was Drake. And again, you allowed him to play you. You allowed him to do you foul. But truth be told, you've always wanted to get these things off your chest about Kendrick Lamar anyway. So that's why it was so easy for you to go in the booth and say the things that you said so fast. So fast. Thank you, Raphael. I appreciate the support. Thank you. Oh my God, this background noise is getting on my nerve. Hold on, let me turn this up. I was only playing it for that clip. I didn't know if they would copyright me or not. They put that battery in his back and the dummies fell on the sword. Listen. Just dumb for no reason. Dumb for no reason. Yeah, Cole don't really like Kendrick. I don't care how much he claims to love him. His definition of love is terrible. If somebody was telling me that they loved me and they act the way that J. Cole acts, I would never talk to them ever again. I really wouldn't. Because your love for me seemed to come with stipulations. Your love for me is not legit, because every time you say that you love me, there's always a but after the fact. Every time that I accomplish something, it's always you thinking about somebody else or even yourself without even saying it. But it's obvious you're thinking about yourself. You don't like the fact that he's winning the way that he's been winning. You don't. Mm-mm. You don't at all. I stay away from wishy-washy folks. You got to. You got to. Because those motherfuckers will steal your keys and then help you look for them. They will steal your keys and help you look for them. They will stab you in the back and then drive you to the hospital. I'm telling you. Mm-mm. Nicole is weird. Just say it with your test. You hate Kenny. Move. You would. I would respect that more if niggas would just say, I don't like them, instead of trying to pretend like they're speaking from a genuine place, because it's never from a genuine place. Even like the again, like the Lost in Vegas people, he intentionally went to Lost in Vegas for a reason. Those people have never said anything positive about Kendrick Lamar. But who do they praise? They praise Drake and they praise J. Cole. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. If you have your favorites, you have your favorites. We all have bias. I don't know why people are scared to say that they are biased. Me, I'm very biased. I like what I like, but I can also be rational when it comes to others. But this is the hill that I'm clearly willing to die on. With reason. Not just for anything. But when you say that to them, they're like, oh no, I'm neutral. I ain't got no bias bone in my body. Shut the fuck up. Yes, you do. You are biased. Just own it. It's okay to own it. I don't know why you're pretending like you like somebody that when you obviously don't like them. Your actions show that you don't like this person. And niggas would respect you more if you actually just said it. Hey, I don't like this nigga. I know I would respect your opinion more, personally. But niggas don't be real. They don't. And again, J. Cole specifically went on this podcast because this podcast or YouTube channel, whatever it is, they praise him. If you see in 2 days, you see a video of him hanging with No Life Shaq, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised at all. He probably would have went to visit Screwface, but Screwface been kicking his back in. Screwface used to be a J. Cole fan, apparently. But since he hasn't been biased, I guess, and he's been neutral, so to speak, he's not going to show up to Screwface's platform or whatever it is that he has. Just be honest. I am Kendrick Lamar biased down. I am Beyonce biased down. I'm not scared to admit that. I'm going to root for him first before I root for anybody else. But I can also still say if somebody did something real or somebody did something wrong. I can say if Kendrick Lamar did something real, if Kendrick Lamar did something wrong. You niggas are just dick suckers across the board. You don't even take breaks. You don't take breaks at all. And that's wild. Forever blessed. You may be biased, cousin, but you are truthful. You don't make up lies and spread hate towards the other two. You're just critiquing. You even critique Kendrick. And that's the thing. You know how many Drake fans try to say that I lie on him? Lie about what? What have I ever lied about? Or J. Cole either. What have I ever lied about or I have never told the truth on when it comes to them? I only discuss what's trending. I don't go out of my way to try to find information on these two niggas because I just don't care that much. I don't go out of my way to find tea, just like the quote unquote secret about J. Cole. The secret that J. Cole allegedly doesn't want out. I've known about that since 2019. That was a trending topic in 2019. If I wanted to be messy, I could have said this is what J. Cole is hiding. But there's no point because what am I gonna get out of it? I don't think J. Cole is hiding anything personally. And I don't think that would be the direction that Kendrick Lamar was going to take with J. Cole unless his family was tested. Personally, that's how I feel. But I'm a critique a nigga all day, especially if you give me the ammo to critique you. Niggas be mad that I do that. Just stop it, bro. Just stop it. Let's stop it. J. Cole, I want you to find some self-confidence or something and just stand on your own. Just stand on your own and actually live what you actually rap. Don't write songs like False Prophets or songs about how people not living the way that they say that they do in a raps because you just exposed to us that you aren't even doing the same. So how can you critique others when you are not even doing the same thing? I think that's really fucked up, honestly. He's been given a lot of ammo. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. I think he said boom like 60 times in that Cam interview. They need to take boom out of his vocabulary. You know how people use like? J. Cole uses boom instead. Mm-mm. But yeah, I think J. Cole needs to just go sit down somewhere, regroup, have some therapy or something, figure out who he is at 41 years old outside of him connecting himself to Drake and Kendrick Lamar. Because even on this last album, he wanted to go out with them two on his album. When are you gonna stand on your own? When are you gonna do that? When are you gonna find your existence? When are you gonna stop comparing yourself and measuring yourself to Drake and Kendrick Lamar? When are you gonna do that? For you to say somebody wouldn't be being talked about unless they was dissing, you wouldn't be talked about unless you wasn't mentioning Drake and Kendrick Lamar. Yep. He's validated by the proximity. And it's nasty. Whole identity is being in the middle or being third. That is crazy. That is crazy. And I was listening to the Rap Roundtable earlier, and they brought up a crazy point about the first person shooter situation. How Kendrick Lamar is just coming off Mr. Morale. Oh, excuse me. I'm getting a little tired. Excuse me. I'm sorry for yawning in y'all ear. How Kendrick Lamar is just coming off Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. He's on tour. And how if Kendrick Lamar and Drake were to get on a song together, And if the song was gonna go number one, Drake's fans 99.99% chance they would have been saying how Drake handed Kendrick a number one. And I feel like only J. Cole would be cool with that. Only J. Cole would be cool with Drake handing him a number one record. Kendrick Lamar ain't going for that shit at all. And Drake would have tried to use that against Kendrick because that's just the type of shit that he does. And we've seen him do that because he tried to do that with the tour, saying that he put Kendrick Lamar on and having people to repeat that narrative, that if it wasn't because of that tour, Kendrick Lamar would be a nobody, despite the fact that he was already somebody. And that's why he was on the tour. Wait, what's going on? What happened, Kwani? This might be your first comment. Who's Wesley? Westland, you better not be up in here starting no mess. You better not be up in here starting no mess. I can't see no comments. They sure signed the sun only a moment K-Dot success. Kunta has left them in the dust. They really are. And it's unfortunate for them because no matter what they try to do, shit is just not gonna work. It really not. Oh, okay. That's good. He did it. He did that with Future and Ross, didn't he? First number one up, but yeah, he did it. He did it with them. It's what he does. He links up with people, gets a number one that stays on the chart for a week, it falls off, and then later down the line, him and his fans will use it against the people that he quote unquote helped. You're a fool if you think Kendrick Lamar was going to allow you to get that one up on him. You're a fool. You are a fucking fool. And on topic, but I hear what Boosie said that R. Kelly will watch Michael in the verses. What? Boosie? I don't listen to nothing Boosie say. Boosie loved defending R. Kelly. Like nobody could be. We can be sitting in silence, and Boosie will walk up to you and just start talking about R. Kelly. Like I feel like Boosie is obsessed with R. Kelly because R. Kelly is a pervert and Boosie is a pervert. So he always wants to talk about R. Kelly like a pervert. Like nobody believes that R. Kelly could, I guess, beat Michael Jackson in the verses. Like that ain't even no shit worth entertaining. Like Boosie is just bored. Boosie is bored. For real. Go ahead. Kendrick should drop a song on Friday. He won't, but I wish he would. The Heart Part 7. The Heart Part 7 gonna sneak up on y'all. It's gonna sneak up on y'all when you least expect it. I'm telling you. Time is gonna stop. This role that has been disappointing as an NC native and sometimes J. Cole fan. Did you go to the trunk sale when he was in North Carolina? Westland? Fatima, I think someone said that according to classes, the TDE people press go where it's by song trick but cleaned up afterwards. No comment. I keep yawning. I might need to take my ass to sleep. And that probably gonna send Baby King to whoop Cole ass. They is not worried about Cole. I promise y'all. They are focusing on what they got going on. They got the World Cup coming up. Okay. That's what they focusing on. The World Cup. Don't be shocked if you see Baby King out there. I'm telling you. The fact they are still whining about this is funny. Like just whine and then whining about nothing. About nothing. Absolutely nothing. Mm. Mm-mm. You should not go to the trunk sale anyway, Westland. Good job. Don't go there. It's not worth going there. I wish, but I think he's gonna let Baby King breathe for a bit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Boosie loves to disrespect women and defend abuse, like Sean Combs are telling. Yeah, I mean, Boosie is the same person who paid a stripper to molest his son and his nephew. Like he's not a good person. He's not a good person at all. He's a terrible person, actually. Fatima, it's a shame that Kendrick has to experience this his entire career. Can't enjoy his wins because they've been on his back. Being jealous from the start, I feel bad for Doubt. Yeah, I think it's fucked up. I think it's pretty messed up. But I can promise you, Kendrick don't care. I can promise you, Kendrick don't care how they feel. Like you said, it's been since the beginning of his career. People are gonna be jealous. People are gonna hate on you. It's unfortunate. I think I'll take that back. I think right now, in this present day, he probably doesn't care. I think before he would probably have been upset or annoyed. But Kendrick Lamar is he doesn't care right now, present day, today. Because at the end of the day, he has his family who's going to celebrate his wins, who's going to keep him grounded, and who's going to appreciate what it is that he brings and what he puts out into the world. Like just think of, and even if like from his fans, like when think about it. If you line each of their careers up, and when it's all said and done, who's going to be the most prolific when you line it up? Who's going to be being studied in university? Who? Just the other day, they just announced that Good Kid, Mad City has been on Billboard for 700 weeks. 700. That's like 13 years. Never left. The only studio rap album in history to accomplish that. Whether Kendrick Lamar makes another album, puts out another single, whatever, he is going to go down in history as one of or the best to ever do it. Thanks, Skip. 14. Like it's just that simple. What is Drake gonna go down as? The person with Hotline Bling and the most streams in the streaming era? Like, I mean, that's cute. That's cute. If that's what you're into. You know? That's cute if that's what you're into. You pull up a units list, Drake don't be nowhere to be found on units list. And that's because people are not buying real music. No, I do not want to buy Hotline Bling on vinyl. I don't. I just don't. And J. Cole, you had a chance, bro. You even though I feel like you be remixing nigga shit, if you had stopped comparing yourself to others and you stopped being insecure about the fact that J. Cole, that Jay-Z asked someone else to give you a hit record, you could have likely been something. Now you going down in history as the nigga who apologized, who is now on an apology tour, and who's now saying the culture is nothing more than just buzzwords. A buzzword. Terrible way to go out. Terrible, terrible, terrible way to go out. Mm-mm-mm. Unfortunate. Mm-mm. Geez, the album has been on the chart since I was a sophomore in high school. Yeah. Album been on there a long fucking time, man. Kendrick has had a mega wide smile since returning from Australia. Truth be told, Kendrick smiles a lot. I know a lot of people have been seeing him recently, and he's been like very stone faced, but he actually smiles a lot. He told us this is his job. Doc goes to work and brings us back home. This is what he does, not who he is. Exactly. Exactly. That's why you had Drake on tour screaming, I don't know about these guys who go away for 5 years and live their life and be happy and have families and cater to their wives and their kids. Not me. I'm in the studio every night making music. Drake, you hear how stupid you sound? You're giving your life to strangers for music, and you're not even making good music at that. So what are you bragging about? I can understand if you were in there making actual good music, groundbreaking music, culture shifting music, but you're not even doing that. What is the issue with a man wanting to go home and see his children grow? What is wrong with a man who want to go home and be with his wife? And there's nothing wrong with that. You have to go live life and get experiences to get inspiration from. That's why Kendrick's music is so good, because it's his actual life. It's his actual experiences. Sometimes you got to go through something to get something. And if all your life consists of is sleep, studio, party, and that's it, and sex and drugs, then that's going to be reflective in your music. And the music is terrible these days. So terrible. I remember when Good Kid, Mad City first came out, I was in the 9th grade. And now I'm an adult, and the fact that it's still on the charts, it's beautiful to see. Yes. 700 weeks is a very fucking long time, bro. Do you know how much life we have lived in 700 weeks? He probably enjoys watching them spiral like this because they thought they had finally cornered him. And I think that's the most fucked up part about it, is that y'all wanted to bully him. And because you couldn't, now both of you are the victims. I seen there's a video, there's a viral video going on right now that was comparing Drake and Kendrick, Drake and J. Cole to white women, and their actions are peak white women. Drake is the textbook Karen, whereas J. Cole is the ally Karen who will be on the front lines with you, but as soon as they feel like they are in danger, oh, they'll hand you over. They will hand you over and not give a damn. And not give a damn at all. So, like, how are y'all picking on him since 2013? Because he won. He was on a list at that. Just a list. And instead of trying to prove the list wrong, you guys attacked him. How does that even work? It's like he made the list. And then you do it in a sneaky way. But when he responds and he says people names, it's World War III. I don't get it. I don't get it. J. Cole got this level through. J. Cole got to this level through dishonesty. Now he's just showing his own golden calf, somehow forgetting we are realizing he was participating in self-worship. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen in the chat? Can I get an amen in the chat? J. Cole is something else, boy. Something else. That's why I don't listen to him, Smooth. That's why I do not listen to him. Because it's the same thing. Same thing all the time. But they would be who nurtured them, okay? And when I point it out, everybody want to curse me out and say I'm wrong for saying it. Whatever, though. They are their mamas. I don't think he is at Peachy Lane anymore. He is either at Def Jam or something. I forgot, but he's not Peachy Lane. Who's not Peachy Lane? Who's not Peachy Lane? It's only Kendrick and Baby Keem on PG Lane right now. And Tana is not on PG Lane anymore. Tana was sent packing because Tana don't know how to act. Tana is actually in a group now. Well, I don't know if it's an official group, but last I saw, he was in a group with a guitarist. Him and a guitarist. He was on he was on Twitter leaking music like a fool. Hey, Night. The hard part 7 will be Kendrick dissing the industry. You think so, Night? Night be having all the theories. If I don't personally believe that's what he's gonna do, but if he does, I wouldn't blame him because look how everyone's acting. I mean, he wasn't saying because people before was saying, "Oh, what does he mean? Fuck the industry. He's an industry darling. He's a Grammy darling. He's da 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 da." But look how everybody's acting. He wasn't just saying fuck the industry just to say fuck the industry. He got reasons. He got reasons. Hey cousin, didn't he just tweet early February he's still PG Lane? I'm not sure if he did, but he ain't listed nowhere on PG Lane. All of his new releases have not been on PG Lane. And when you look up PG Lane, it's only Baby Keem and Kendrick Lamar as their artist. What was an accident? What'd you do? Night Night be on point with the theories. Yeah, Night Night ain't never stirred me wrong. I thought I saw Tana Leone in a group photo with Baby Keem, Kendrick, Day Free, and crew after Baby Keem released Casino. If the photo you talking about is them in the white, that picture is old. That picture is from like 2022. That picture is from Mr. Morale era. There hasn't been any recent picture with Baby Keem, Kendrick, Day Free, and Baby Keem after Casino. That photo is old. If it's the photo that I'm thinking about, hold on, let me see if I can Google it. Baby Keem, Tana. I can't find it. What's going on YouTube? Me too, Q. Me too, Q. They called you old and rusty and dusty. Who called you old, rusty and dusty? That ain't right. That's messed up. You are not old, rusty, and dusty. You young and prune. Okay. But yeah, y'all, I need to take my ass to sleep too. I got my appointment tomorrow. But I appreciate y'all pulling up and chilling with me for this hour and 20 minutes. Again, hopefully I can start doing this earlier in the daytime, like 7:00 instead of 11:30 at fucking night. Because this is kind of crazy. But yeah, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. If you haven't, please join the Discord, follow me on Twitter, so we can stay connected. But other than that, y'all enjoy yourself. I will talk to y'all later. Thank you.